All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday evening. Another edition of KnicksFanTV's Postgame Live presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use our code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Shockwaves felt in New York, New Jersey, the tri-state area today, Al. And there were more shockwaves in the Windy City as the Knicks, on the second night of a back-to-back, take on a desperate Bulls team. And the Knicks were shocked by a 50-point performance by Ayo Dosunmu and Dante Green combined. You had a shocking ejection of Josh Hart, which makes the league look terrible. We'll talk about that as well. And just a uphill battle for the Knicks once again, man. Could not close the window despite a number of valiant efforts. And opportunity lost. We're going to talk about that and talk about why. But for the Knicks, 108-100, they lose to the Bulls. The first game of 3 against this Bulls team. Let's talk about it, man. CP the Fanchise, Alex Trataros on the ones and twos. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Little tardy tonight. Had to pour a drink, Al. It's just one of those days, man. You know what I mean? Earthquake kind of threw me off my center a little bit. And then this
did
game,
it now? You felt the earthquake?
I did. We'll get into that. I don't want to go into that just right now, but I did. I did. Did you?
It did come through Boston, but I did not feel it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you my story on that a little bit later. But on this game, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity on so many levels. We've been seeing this trend with this Knicks team for a number of weeks now. The slow starts. San Antonio's a slow start. I was at the Miami game, slow start.
Mm-hmm.
Kings game last night, slow start.
Mm-hmm.
You can only go to the catch-up game but so much before you're going to get burnt out. And for the Knicks, I thought, give credit where it's due. Ayo Dosunmu, I thought he set a great tone for the Chicago Bulls team. 15 points in the first quarter. He was lightning quick on the offensive end, pushed the pace. Burning past Brunson and DiVincenzo. Defensively, I thought he was tight. Challenging Brunson on every turn. Caruso also did a great job there as well. Really putting a lot of pressure on Jalen Brunson. And so that right there kind of set a bad tone for the Knicks. You had the Hart ejection, which we'll get to at length in the first quarter, which, look, this is your glue guy, your energy guy, your playmaker, your rebounder, Mr. Everything. On the second night of a back-to-back, you need all hands on deck. And losing Josh Hart, that was a travesty, a complete shame on the NBA. And like I said, we'll definitely get to that. Second quarter, was it Devontae Green or Dante Green? I said Dante Green? Javonte Green. The athleticism of the Bulls between Dosunmu, Green, Delon Terry at times, I thought it really killed this Knicks team because this team really came out a step or two too slow. Mm-hmm. Seemed like they were, kind of coming off that back-to-back and really pacing themselves in this game. But give credit to the Bulls for really taking advantage of that. Third quarter was when the Knicks really settled in. I like the lineup that they brought in with Brunson, DiVincenzo. Then you had McBride, OG, and Hartenstein. That group started to find some chemistry. OG started to play better in that stretch, got more comfortable in the game. McBride, seems like the third quarter has kind of been his thing as of late because McBride started turning up, knocking down shots, and playing well on the defensive end. But there were like key sequences in that third where the Knicks just couldn't get those corner threes and those shots to drop to close the lead even more. And despite the fact that they closed the lead to 4, fourth quarter, things just kind of spiraled out of control between the missed free throws, the turnovers, and Andre Drummond really just dominating the Knicks on the boards all night. They couldn't get back into it, man. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I agree with you on the slow starts. I think overall it's not necessarily the slow start. Like, I guess my question back to you on slow starts, right?
Yeah.
Are you talking about not going out and taking your food, or is it just the offense is taking too long to get into rhythm? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it's more so the offense taking too long to get into the rhythm these past few games where guys are, trying to get their shots off. You see Dante trying to shoot threes. It's not falling. McBride's trying to shoot threes. Not falling. Brunson these last couple of games, like last night even against the Kings, it took him a little bit to get into rhythm. So for me, it's not, if you're going to ask why they're starting off slow, it's because they're just not knocking down shots, giving their opponents an opportunity to go get in rhythm. And then on top of that, they seem that they're a little dejected when their shots aren't falling, right? Because that means you got to go play 110% defense, which is a very tough thing to do. Even though this is a Tom Thibodeau led team, it's just to play, you know, all out defense, 48 minutes, night after night after night. That's a challenge. Unlike offense, where you can just pace yourself, right? You're in command.
Yeah.
You know when you want to go and attack, when you want to get into rhythm, when you want to just like you get to choose, right? On defense, you don't get to choose. You have to try to mirror your opponent, and that's just tough to do for 82 games of a regular season. So I guess for me,
Yeah.
I just see it as these guys are tired and them just not knocking down shots. That's why they're starting off slow. I'm asking you if that's what
Yeah.
you're seeing, or if you're just thinking that they're just not aggressive enough in that first quarter.
I think it's both. Like when you look at that, when I looked at that Spurs game, I saw a lack of aggression in this game, and yeah, fatigue for certainly should have played a factor in it. They looked a step behind this Bulls team. Now, some of the shots that like the Sumo and those guys were taking, some of that give credit to them. It was their night. Let's make a miss league. Some nights is your night, some nights is not. The Sumo, give credit to him, is having a fantastic year overall. But then, like, you see plays where, you have Brunson get a steal, gets out in transition, gets a layup, and off of an inbound, the Bulls are throwing a half-court alley-oop. Like, sorry, you can't have that. You got Green doing behind-the-back dunks. I mean, behind his head dunks. Some of that, I just thought they were just defensively just really not there until they started to lock in on the third quarter and started to force some turnovers, get out in transition, get their shots down. It seemed like in the third quarter they got into a groove. But, first quarter, it was just a comedy of errors. And then the Hart ejection really hurt him.
Yeah, to me, CP, I hear you. I could see why you think it's both. To me, it's just I lean more so towards that this is just exhaustion, why shots aren't falling. I just look at it as that these guys have had to play everyone's had to play above their level for so long now that you're just starting to see it wear on everybody. And we've seen this. This is why this team has been up and down since January, right? And just their overall effort of play, because you're asking guys like Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Miles McBride to now play at a level that they weren't asked to do before. And you're asking role players to now be super role players, in my opinion. You're not asking them to be superstars, but you're asking that these role players be on every single night, which is, keep it a buck, it's impossible, because that's why they're role players. They're not the most consistent guys out there, right? What they're meant to do, like what their specialties are, even that is not reliable. Whether it's, Dante being a sharpshooter, 3-point shooter, for the most part, he is. He's probably the most consistent 3-point shooter we have, but we've even seen during this stretch that there are nights where he'll go 1 of 10, 2 of 12, stuff of that nature. And that's because he's had to extend himself more than, he was signed up for when the Knicks got him this offseason. Same thing with Josh Hart. Josh Hart, where you see, hey, Josh, how come you can't average 30 points a game? Well, he's asked to be that power forward, essentially, being that rebound specialist, being that guy that attacks out in transition. And that just adds over time. So I think for these guys, we're just seeing the exhaustion and the taxing of having to play at such a high level without Julius Randle. And honestly, that makes it 10 times easier. We know that Julius Randle is that battering ram for this Knicks team where, you put him out there, he's that guy in the first quarter, because that is a lot of work trying to slow him down when he's really in a groove. As we saw this season, a guy who's able to get downhill, work the post, get to his mid-range shots because of that physicality he brings to this team. Not having him, the next physical guy that can play at that level, that can get his own shot, is Jalen Brunson. Now you're asking Jalen to do that for what? 36 minutes consistently? Like,
tall
yes,
order.
he can do that.
But
Or 40.
Caruso did a great job on it. I thought
Yeah.
Caruso did a great job on him.
He did a
tonight.
solid job, man. And then, but the thing is, like, we saw this even with Randall. It's like when Randall was by himself, right? And you had Burks, you had Reggie Bullock, you had Alfred Payton first season when they went to the playoffs. Having one guy who's that good can only take you so far. You need help. This is a team sport. You need help. So I just think that these guys, it's just at the point where it's just taxing. Now you got to give credit to the Bulls. I mean, Javonte Green just had a Josh Hart night. You know what I mean? Like, he legit did the same thing Josh Hart did the other night. I mean, he had 25 points, 10 of 14 from the field, CP, 4-4 from the free throw line, 13 rebounds. I mean, look, if you're not going to have somebody that can stop him and you're allowing him to get to all of his spots and hit like what, 75+% from the field, that's just tough. And then DeRozan just started doing his thing in the fourth quarter as well. You saw that. He started getting activated, and he was doing a good job being a playmaker tonight as well. Like 10 assists tonight. You just saw him just carving up the Knicks defense, getting to his spots, faking, and then finding other guys who are, you know, subsidizing that offense, whether guys cutting back door, looking for easy jump shots. It's just, it wasn't the Knicks night, man, especially with Josh Hart getting ejected from this game.
Yeah, no question about it, man. And you know, going back to this Hart ejection, I thought it was probably one of the worst calls I've ever seen in NBA history. Because here it is.
And that's saying something since you've seen Bob Cousy.
Yes, and it's saying something. And here it is. He loses the ball by Green as he's going up for a shot and inadvertently kicks the guy who was also bending forward, leaning forward, and gets a super kick to the back of the dome. Now, they review the call. It takes them about 4 hours, right? So I went out, I ordered my Uber Eats, it came, I ate the dinner, and then they were still deliberating on the call, only to hear that it was going to be a flagrant 2, and they toss him out of the game. This is the same league who is calling less fouls, right? Fouls are lower. They want defense back into the game. And on an inadvertent kick to the head, it's a flagrant 2. The rules are 2 by the letter of the law. They're not leaving any room for common sense. It's ridiculous. On top of the fact that it takes 10 years to look at something 10 times over, slowing down the momentum of the game, this right here was the worst call ever in the replay era. No question about it, bro.
I'm getting tired of talking about these refs, man, and making terrible calls on a consistent basis, because it goes back to what I've been saying for the last couple of shows, man. I mean, when are we going to get just consistency throughout the game? When are we going to get this? And you know, Tom Thibodeau was talking about it during the presser today, recently, and they said, what was it? The refs said they had to do it. They just had to do it because of, you know, for whatever reason. And I'm just like, why did you have to do it?
They said like it was something. Han on the telecast. It was excessive use.
Excessive use of what? What excessive use of what? That he inadvertently hit him in the back of the head with his leg because he was bending over trying to get the ball. Like, at what point are we going to look at this and say, hey, you know what? This was an accident. Like, this is not Draymond Green intentionally trying to hurt somebody. And for this, it's not even like Josh Hart has a record of doing plays like this. So for them to take it to that level, to make it a flagrant 2, is the wildest call I've ever seen. Like, just, what are we doing?
Bro, we've seen Draymond get away with way worse.
He choked out Rudy Gobert.
My man is, how many people has he kicked in the nuts and still stayed in the game purposely?
It's ridiculous at this point, CP, where the league, when it comes to officiating, is so inconsistent. And then it's not just a Knicks issue; it's a league-wide issue. League-wide. How about even Jokic getting ejected this season? Right?
Yeah. We
covered that on the NBA report.
That one was crazy.
On Serbia night.
Yeah, right. right.
No less.
Gets kicked out in front of his peoples for nothing. So, no, was that Luka Doncic, that guy? No. That was Jokic. That was Jokic.
Yeah, that was Jokic. That was Jokic. And it's insane. And he was out in Chicago playing against the Bulls. So
unreal, bro.
You're telling me now that the refs, like, what is Adam Silver going to do? Because it doesn't make any sense how there's no consistency in what a foul is throughout the game. It changes for each and every individual. it changes each and every second of a quarter. And then when you're saying, oh, we want to reduce fouls, we want this to make it a more physical game. And then you're saying, hey, it's going to be physical for this team or that team or this player. It's never consistent. Never.
If you want to make it a flagrant one.
Adam Silver needs to do something.
Yeah.
This is the worst I've seen it ever.
They should
for officiating, not just for a game, CP, but league-wide.
It could have just been a flagrant one. You call it a flagrant one.
That's what it should have been.
You move forward. That was just crazy, man. Absolutely ridiculous. So
and CP, if you're the league and you're trying to get the casual fan back into this, I mean, I've talked to my friends who are like in and out of basketball. Like they won't watch all 82 games, but they say, "Oh, well, there's too many fouls. Oh, well, you know, the gameplay is so choppy because everyone's just living at the free throw line." Well, if you're watching this game now, casual fans are like, it doesn't make any sense what's going on here. Like, what's the consistency in, you know, Brunson him being fouled left and right when he attacks? I mean, we can go back to the Lou Dort, man. That's a foul. Yeah. Knicks still had a good amount of free throws at that game, but how are we missing the most critical one where, by the way, if you want to say, oh, we're going to hold the whistle in the fourth quarter with a minute or so less in the game, but yet you're going to do that when the Knicks are playing the Rockets and say that Jalen Brunson, you know, not Jalen Brunson, but whatever his name is, was Holiday? Who was shooting that three for the Rockets?
Yeah, Holiday.
Yeah, Holiday's contorting his body, but you're going to say that that's a foul, right? Like, what are we doing? This is where, if I'm a casual fan, if I was a casual fan, I'd be like, this doesn't make any sense what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And you're just ruining the flow of the game.
To lift it in the chat, what was he supposed to do? What exactly was he supposed to do in that moment? And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not using common sense. They're just saying, okay, this looks wild. This is what the law says. This matches this for a flagrant 2, and therefore it's a flagrant 2. It's bad logic, man. So, you know, I think between the time they're taking to review these calls and how they're reviewing it, it's got to get looked at this summer, and hopefully they can fix that. So the Knicks did lose Josh Hart in this game. Tough one, but, you know, like I said, I liked how they came out in the third with that lineup. OG Anunoby's return was a little bit of a shock to some. My guy Anthony Parasol did call it last night. He said he had a feeling that he was going to come back against the Bulls tonight. And, you know, slow start out the gate, wasn't knocking down his threes, but in the second half, he looked good, man. He started to force some turnovers, get some deflections, knock down a three, had one a little bit at near top of the key, between top of the key and the left elbow, knocked down a mid-range, had a nice drive, baseline for a dunk. So good job by OG on his return, man. He finished with 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. Limited minutes, kind of had him in, like, you know, these little 6-minute spurts, but finished with 29 minutes on the night, man. What'd you think about OG tonight?
29 minutes. That's still hilarious, though. First game back, Tim was like, you know what, OG? Yeah. We're not going to give you 30. We're going to give you 29 minutes.
Yeah.
So that way I don't have to hear about the minute from the minutes police. But no, it was a solid game from OG for his return. I mean, he had good deflections. I thought defensively he was on point tonight. Offensively, he got back into a groove. As you see, the efficiency, 5 of 8. It's just going to take time for him, man, just to be in a little bit more rhythm and just to get the confidence. To me, it just didn't seem when he started the game that he was that confident just to play, because I think you can still see that he's worried about the elbow a little bit. I mean, yeah, he's got a brace on it. He aggravated it before, so it makes sense. But I think just for him, it's just going to take time, a little bit of time, just to say, you know what? I'm out here. The elbow's healed. I can do what I can naturally do on the court now. And then after that's all established, he will be fine moving forward. And hopefully he can just, you know, roll through the playoffs, because we're going to need him defensively, especially now with, you know, you don't have Julius Randle, but you're going to have OG and Mitchell Robinson out there. So if you're looking for a top tier defense, we're going to see it with these two.
We did, yeah. And, you know, I like you did get to see it. You did get to see OG and Mitch out there for a little bit. You got some OG and McBride out there, which is a good mix as well. So, hey, hopefully he can stay a while as the Knicks have 5 games left. 5 games left to go. So welcome back to OG and Anunoby. David Billings, welcome to the Fanchise channel members, and just gifted one. Shout out to David Billings. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys. The phones are down, so you can only hit us up on the Discord. If you want to get your thoughts in on tonight's game, hit us up on the KFTV Discord. The phones are down again tonight. Shout out to Red Eye Pies. Al $5 super chat from a Fanchise channel member says, outworked. Ready to see us in the playoffs, but also ready to see our offseason moves. But much love to Knicks Nation from Barnwell, South Carolina. So everybody from South Carolina, salute. Salute to my guy, Red Eye Pies, down in Barnwell, South Carolina. Shout out to Patrick Oyeku, $5 super chat, says, I need Tibbs to be quicker with his in-game adjustments. Also, can we see Shake get some burn? Burks is in the trunk. LOL. He puts a crying emoji out there. Yeah, there's a lot of crying about Burks. There's a lot of crying about Burks tonight. Listen,
was he the one that caused the earthquake, according to you, according to JD, CP?
No, no. Well, it could be because I mean, you know, he came in his 8 minutes, put up a brick, couple turnovers, and that was the night for him.
Two bricks.
That was the night for him. But you know, at the end of the day, it's non-factor, man. It's a lot of factors in this game.
Those Pistons guys, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, they giveth and they taketh, man.
Bojan Bogdanovic. Hold on. Did we have people saying Bojan should start?
Oh, we had these people outsmarting themselves. He needs to start. Well, he showed you in the fourth quarter why he can't start. That's just point blank, period.
What I said yesterday, CP, I said, hey, can he do this consistently before we even start saying that? Nope.
It's not even the offensive consistency. It's what he gives you back on the other end. You can't have him out
offensive
there.
Consistency too.
Yeah, but you can't have him out there guarding frontline starters, man. How many times in this year alone since he's been on the Knicks have we seen him give up 3-point plays on jump shooters? Twice tonight he got DeRozan. Twice tonight, and the one of them they challenged right in front of the bench, which was a dumb challenge. He knew he got him on the wrist. Should have looked at the bench, saved the timeout. I got him. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to win that. So it was an off night for him tonight, but it's selective minutes. Yes, you need his offense. Yes, you need his shooting when he's on. But on the other end, he's a sitting duck. He's not going to get you rebounds. He's not going to get you defense. And there's no way that you can either sit McBride, you can't sit anybody for him right now in the starting lineup. Are you going to sit Josh Hart? You're not going to put OG at the 4. There's no chance. So you bring him off the bench, spot minutes against the other team's bench players, and you hope that he can get you some instant offense and not hurt you in any other way.
I mean, yes, but even with the instant offense, this is the other thing where, look, I get it defensively. He's like Evan Fournier, man. He's a liability. But even offensively tonight, I mean, he was putting up bricks in the fourth quarter. He was missing wide open threes. I mean, in order for him to earn his value, CP, he has to knock down wide open shots. And the fact that he can't even hit wide open shots is concerning. Like, CP, it's like someone opened the window and there's a breeze that just took that basketball today. Like, I get it. I get why they made the move, and I supported it. But it is more than just defense at this point. His inability to be consistent on offense, at least, to be a reliable three-point shooter, which is what he's supposed to do, which is to space the floor. We can't even rely on that, CP. So, hey, this is why he's not going to start. Because, like I said, he has to give you something that you can rely on. And even on offense, you cannot rely on him on offense.
It's a roller coaster ride, man. Man ran up in transition and hoisted up a 3 on 1-on-5. It's like, bro, it's like, you
ever play a pickup game with somebody who does that?
We don't need that. Now he was hot for the last 2 games. So I had to live with it. But it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. You got these guys for a reason. And, hey, who knows? Even maybe given all the Julius stuff that we now know, maybe it even puts them even more to say, you know what? Let's put a couple chips in the table, not all of it, because we don't even know if we're getting Julius back. And so you got what you got. You got what you got. You get what you paid for. and it's looking kind of tough right now. Just is what it is. There's consequences to the moves that you make.
Shout out to Jay from Puerto Rico for being a Fanchise channel member. He's in the chat saying, give Bogey time. He's only 22.
Yeah. 22 going on 52, man. But, hey, like I said, what we need from him in the playoffs, there may be coming games where you just need a couple timely buckets from him. Just a couple timely buckets. Maybe that's all you need from him. And so I'm not going to close the door on him just yet. Tonight just wasn't his night, man. Just wasn't his night, man.
And if he ain't here, he can at least go play for the local CYO.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. Who's to everybody in the chat? Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. I mean, just look at this. Look at the box score, man. I mean, 57-38. They got mauled on the boards.
Yo, Andre Drummond.
Detroit boys wasn't saving you from that. You got mauled.
Andre Drummond, Green, and somehow Vucevic came out here and decided to turn back the clocks.
Yeah, they got mauled, man. They got mauled. And, and so it was a tough night. I thought Drummond overpowered both Precious and Hartenstein.
Yep.
Precious had a tough night tonight. He had to guard Andre Drummond at some points. Then he's out there guarding DeRozan on the perimeter. So it was a tough night for him. Thought he got overmatched from the onset. But you looking for his versatility more so than Sims. So it was a tricky matchup there for him. But overall, Drummond won the battle tonight. Let's see what happens on Tuesday when they play again.
This is what happens when you don't have Josh Hart out there to help with the rebounding, because he's been a catalyst since Julius's absence.
Yeah.
And him getting ejected just threw off the entire thing. CP
threw it off.
Like, who do you have to go out there and grab boards? Like, he's even out rebounding Hartenstein. He's out rebounding the centers. That's how good he has been.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm impressed for how the Knicks had a slow start. They made it a game in the fourth quarter. They probably could have been in this if you had Josh Hart, because he can get downhill in transition in the half court now, get some of those curls, be aggressive, be an initiator, work the pick and roll. Like, losing Josh Hart was so critical to this game. It's like, once that happened, I'm like, now it's really an uphill battle to climb, because you don't have a guy who, outside of Brunson, just attacks the paint consistently.
Don't have it. And Knicks did lose the points in the paint battle tonight. But as you said, losing Josh Hart was a big factor in that, man. We had Triple M on the phones. Let's go to Triple M. Triple M was in the building in Chi-Town. What's good, bro? Let's go.
I couldn't see.
Yep.
So you have to go to the YouTube.
Usually I'll be on the YouTube.
He's having a side conversation. Listen to this guy.
You do it at the same time.
Listen to this guy.
You can't, nigga.
Triple M, are you prepared?
That and go to the Discord.
All right. We gonna put him on the bench. Let him figure it out. He's probably in Chi-Town getting sauced. He's trying to figure out the technology.
He's probably got some tequila in his hand.
He's probably got some tequila on his hands. Triple M, if you're in the chat, just type in the chat when you are ready. Just type in the chat when you are ready, man. There's a lot of commotion going on out there. There's a lot going on over there, man. He's in Chi-Town too. You got to pay attention to what's going on, man.
Especially where that arena is. You can't be walking out, and not paying attention.
Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you. It's not like Triple M, man. He's usually, he's a long time. He's a day one, man.
Hey, man, everybody, especially the day ones, they get a pass.
Everybody
sometimes you're all out of it. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You're all groggy. You just watched the Knicks loss because you traveled all the way out to Chicago to go watch this team. Then next thing you know, Scott Foster throws out Josh Hart, and things go sideways.
Boy, oh boy. Kobe, shout out to Kobe, man. Reek Flair in the chat. Salute to our Fanchise channel members. If you are a Fanchise channel member, go ahead and throw an emoji in the chat. Salute to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D in there. Maurice B, you got to pay attention. Absolutely. Got to pay attention, man. Jalen B says, put him Jalen, the KFTV Jalen says, put him in the trunk means something different in Chicago. Respectfully. Shout out to Ari from Taiwan. Yeah, it was one of those nights, man. One of those nights. So he did have Brunson with 35 and 11, though. He did come alive in the second half. Passing was on the money in the second half, man. He was dropping dimes out there. But, you know, Caruso was on his heels for most of the night. And, it was a tall order for JB, man. But still 35 and 11, 13 and 28 from the field, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. And that's another thing, man. Timely free throws in the fourth. We just couldn't knock it down. Everybody was like 1 for 2, 0 for 2. What's up with that, man? We can never hit our free throws on the tips. What's going on?
This is going all the way back to last season.
Yeah.
You know who it started against, too? It was against Chicago. I think you were actually at that game.
Right.
You were at that game.
Yeah. Can't knock down free throws, man.
Yeah. You know, DeRozan said something to Brunson and everybody, and next thing you know, they get into this. They get a little jittery at the line. I don't like it.
For some reason, these guys just can't knock down free throws, man. So, you know, not a good sign there. But like I said, a lot of missed opportunity for the Knicks, Al. When we talk about more missed opportunity, let's take a look at the standings. Let's get back to standings watch because Orlando Magic got washed by the Hornets tonight. Knicks had a chance to climb up and get to fourth and couldn't do it. But the Indiana Pacers are on their heels. Pacers won tonight, washing the Thunder at home. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. For some reason, he decided to do a rehab game against the Knicks and hasn't been the same since. For whatever reason, he said, Madison Square Garden, let me do this, hit the game-winning shot, and then I'll sit out until, probably playoffs. But either way, Indiana blows out OKC, and now it's only a game and a half lead between the Knicks and the Pacers, with the Pacers owning the tiebreaker. So got to be a little bit careful here. 2 games up on the Heat, 1.5 up on the Pacers. And then the Knicks are going to go into Milwaukee on Sunday, a Milwaukee Bucks team that's reeling a bit, losing 3 straight. And, it could be both ways. Are they imploding, or are you playing a desperate team at home on Sunday night?
I don't know. We'll see what Doc Rivers feels tomorrow and how that team executes.
See.
Or not tomorrow, but Sunday. Which will be the game of the week preview we do, CP. That will be going on tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yep.
We got an early game of the week preview, so make sure to tap in live to that. Got a great guest for tomorrow to break down the Bucks Knicks matchup on Sunday. So make sure to tap in early in the morning, 10 a.m.
True indeed, man. Salute to Del Will. Al, $10 Super Chat says the Knicks on a back-to-back against a team waiting at home since Monday who made this schedule. Look, the schedule is what it is, man. Some months it's got to be in your favor. Some months it's not. Some months you're going to have more back-to-back. Some months not. Like, I think it probably all evens out. Sure, some teams will travel more than others. I don't know how you make a perfect schedule that, every team in the league is happy with. I mean, look at Cleveland. They damn near have to finish out west.
Hey, we can go back to how the Knicks had to play on the road for the beginning of the year, how they had a lot of back-to-backs. I don't know, man. It's hard to. I can't really say that the NBA can do a better job at scheduling because there's so many things that play into that. Because keep in mind, like, let's just use Madison Square Garden for a second. That is a venue. That is a venue for where you see concerts and stuff of that nature.
Everything.
The Rangers play there. There's a lot that's going on. So there's a lot of logistics in order to get games scheduled. So I can't say, the league did it bad. It's like, I don't know what was going on. Maybe there was a Billy Joel concert that was going on. They're like, we can't
Trizzy
play
Drake,
at Madison Square Garden.
2 nights or something.
Hey, yeah.
So,
See everyone. Y'all sleeping at 10 a.m. Sheesh.
Yeah, they barking at the 10 a.m. start time, man. Morning edition of KFTV.
Hey, guys.
Good morning, KFTV. New show.
Hey,
new show, man.
Yeah, the good morning edition. Bring your cup of coffee.
Good morning.
Enjoy the day. Come on.
Good morning, Knicks Nation.
You're all sleeping. Look, man.
Yeah.
We're all working over here.
Yeah. Robin Chowd Hurry, $20 super chat says, I was at the game, represent my KFTV shirt. Yelled at Scott Foster for all of us. Let's be positive. OG is back. We will beat the Bucks, and then I will personally watch the Knicks get revenge on the Bulls in a few days. So shout out to Robin. So he's going back on Tuesday. Yeah, we should be all right, man. You know, you rarely lose to a team twice like that. Knicks will make their adjustments. You get Hart back. Can't imagine you get 50 points between DeSumo and Green again. And order will be restored, but can't overlook the Bucks on Sunday. Got to go ahead and take care of business there, man. So let's hope that they do that. All right, we'll try Triple M again on the Discord. Al, Triple M, are you with us? Triple M, going once. I don't know, man. Hello. Hello. Man. Triple M, are you there? Damn.
Yo.
What's up?
There he is.
At the buzzer, man. Are you good?
Knicks, Triple M, what's up in the building, man?
Let's
Coming
go.
straight out of Chicago. You already know, man, the problem was technical difficulties because
Okay.
I'm upset that we lost the game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, what was the vibe, man? Give us a replay.
So the vibes was, Triple M in the building, man. Nick and Nada was in the building over there on the top type stuff. But, we was on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But it was tough, man, because the Knicks didn't even let Tequila Tito get activated, man.
Damn.
I had the tequila on the side. They didn't even let me give a shot, bro. No shot to get activated. But listen, bro, let me tell y'all something right here. Salute, 3 capital S's.
Let's go.
Shout out to my boy Jay Boogie in the
Salute.
building. You feel me? I'm giving a shout out to Jay Boogie. But
Yeah.
listen, I'm going to give the sermon right now for my boy Jay Boogie.
Yeah.
New York Knicks, wake the F up. It's a family TV, so I'm not cursing. So wake up, because there's only 6 games left in the season.
Yeah.
In the season. So what are we going to do with this season? What is the season going to be determined? Julius Randle gets ruled out for the season. Okay, That's sad. But nobody's feeling bad for us. Nobody's feeling bad for New York. CP, you said it earlier. This is New York grit, New York grind.
Yeah.
Are we going to give up on the season? Are we going to lay down? Are we going to give up? This is not the New York Knicks team that I went all the way from New York City today to Chicago to give up on, because this is my squad.
Yeah.
This is my team right here. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. There's only 6 games left in the season. 2 against Chicago, 1 against Brooklyn. That got to be a 3-0. Okay, we got Milwaukee. I'm not scared of them. That's 4 right there. I'm not scared of nobody right now. We got OG healthy today. New York, wake up.
Let's go.
New York, wake up. Salute to the chat right here.
Let's
if you're
go.
throwing tomatoes on the chat, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the negative energy because I'm in Chicago right now from New York City.
Yeah, you putting it on the line,
building.
man. You putting it on the line, man.
CP, don't cut me off right now.
Let's
because
go.
I'm on my grind right now. Now. If you throwing tomatoes in the chat, I don't feel you because I'm not with that loser energy
It's no
right
tomatoes,
now.
man.
This season, I'm not
clean,
giving
man.
up on this season because you know what it is? I'm going to say one last thing before I give up.
Yeah.
That KnicksFanTV playoff watch parties, I'm going to be in there getting everybody activated.
Let's go.
Because this is what we do.
This
is that New York grit. This is that New York grind.
Let's go.
I'm not hearing nothing. Because this season is not over right now. This season is just beginning.
Let's go.
Salute to the chat. Throw them files in the chat. I don't care what you say. Triple M in the building.
Let's go.
Mic drop. Cut me off. Because that's what it is right now.
Absolutely.
That's what it is right now.
Yes, sir. Get after it, man. Just be careful out there. Be careful with that energy out there, Triple.
It is Chicago.
Just be careful with that energy. You know what I'm saying? When
there are Bulls fans out there.
Yeah, when he with us is cool, but you gotta be understand your surroundings. Just be careful with all that energy out there. But I like it. I liked it, Al. He's very spirited.
He is wildin'.
Can't bail on the team.
You can't. Look, man, that is a dedicated Knicks fan right there. He went all the way out to Chicago.
Yeah.
He's drinking something. I don't know what he was drinking though.
Tequila.
All right.
We call him Tequila Tito, man.
I know. I thought he said he wasn't getting activated though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm sure he was activated, but he wasn't getting activated. You know what I mean? Because the team wasn't really
sounded
doing
activated.
Yeah, he was activated. All right, he was definitely activated.
Yeah.
100%, man.
But I like that energy. You need that energy.
Yeah,
you need it.
Yeah,
it's the Knicks are sputtering right now, but that doesn't mean that things can change.
Yeah,
this is the NBA, man. Things can change. Things
can change fast. So tonight, just just one of those things with the back-to-back and the Hart thing. There's a lot of things just wasn't right. The Sumo and the other guy playing out of their minds. It's just one of those nights, man. Just one of those nights. But as he said, the good thing is that OG is back, and let's hope he stays for a little while. Let's just hope that he stays for a little while. But one thing, though, we'll see what happens with the draft, what they do with the draft. Now all of a sudden the experts are saying, Mitchell is leaving the Cavs. We've been talking about this for months. Yeah, just catching up. We'll see what they do in the draft. But if they do keep those picks, more athleticism. They need it. They need more athletes out there. At the wings, 2-3 hybrid, 4-5 hybrid. They need some more athletes out there. That's for sure. Size, length, athleticism.
I'm still upset that Jalen Williams could have been a Knick.
Yeah.
And he's out there for the Thunder.
Tough,
my God.
Okay, let's see.
You can't.
Yeah. Let's hear what the Zebras got to say, man. Scott Foster, pool reporter to Bulls insider Casey Johnson on the Hart flagrant 2. We need all three referees to look at it from multiple angles because we need to unanimously agree when we eject someone at replay when it comes to flagrant foul penalties. Why was it ruled a 2 and not a 1? By rule, we consider the act unnecessary and excessive. Therefore, it's a flagrant foul. This is what I mean. By rule. Did intent weigh into the ruling? Was it considered intentional? No, intent is not a criteria for what we do when we are ruling on a flagrant foul penalty 2 or 1. However, wind-up, impact, follow-through, potential for injury, whether the act was non-basketball play, and location of the contact, as well as whether we thought it was reckless act, are all criteria. And then they asked him about why it took so long. All right. I don't like it, man.
It's the stupidest response I've ever heard.
I don't like it, man. Crazy.
You don't check for intent when deciding to give a foot. What? I'm gonna look up the rule because I want to know what changes from a flagrant 1 to a flagrant 2 foul, because that just doesn't.
It's weird.
What? That makes no sense to me. How do you not incorporate intent into that for a flagrant 2? Because a flagrant 2 requires, I feel like they always talk about like vitriol or something along those lines where somebody's like winding up and like they want to attack somebody.
Right.
I didn't see that from Josh Hart in this play.
I mean, if they're going to say wind up, impact, follow through, potential for injury, whether the act was non-basketball play and the location of the contact, whether we thought it was reckless, are all criteria. If a player can't control how he's landing and the other guy leaned into him, you know what I'm saying? That is purely incidental, in my opinion. You had momentum going one way, momentum from Green from the steal, or from the trying to rip the ball out of his hands. So he had momentum. Hart had momentum from going up. And so he catches him in the head. The guy stays in the game, doesn't get hurt, but our guy's the one that gets penalized for the rest of the game.
Right.
It's too strict, bro. It's too strict.
It's like, okay, so I'm looking at it. Says flagrant 1 is unnecessary contact committed by a player against an opponent. Flagrant 2, unnecessary and excessive contact committed by a player against an opponent. Like, I just don't see, for it to be excessive, like like the way I look at it excessive is that you're intentionally going above and beyond of what you need to do for a foul to hurt somebody.
Right.
And I don't see that in what you're saying. Like if a player is bending over to get the ball or whatever reason, like that's incidental. That's partially the player's fault too, who's bending over, because that's how else does he get hit? If he doesn't bend over, he doesn't hit his head.
Right. Right.
So then how is that excessive by nature? It's not like
well, I was going to say, it's almost like the same in football, right? When one guy lowers his head and then the defender goes at him and he gets called for the helmet to helmet.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I don't know how you could officiate on that fast moving, like with athletes going at a fast motion like that. I don't see it, man.
Like for me, it's like when I hear the word excessive to me seems like there's a little bit of like intention in what you're doing there. You know what I mean? Like to make something excessive to me, it means that you have to know that what you're about to do is completely unnecessary. And with the amount of force that you're about to use, there has to be some premeditated behavior, like action. Like you have to know, I want to go do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that from Josh Hart, because if it was like Draymond Green trying to kick somebody in the nuts, that's like you could see
and stayed in the game.
He wants to do that
and stayed in the game. We've seen Draymond Green all but beat up referees, berate them at their jobs. What they do to Popovich the other night? They ran away from Popovich the other night, bro. Come on, man. This thing is all over the place. I lost my pen. I'm all out of sorts, man.
This is where I thought it should, like, unnecessary contact committed by a player against an opponent. That's where it should have been. Flagrant one.
Yeah. Unnecessary. I don't know where my pen went, man. I'm tight, bro. So to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button if you post. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. So, yeah, back to the earthquake, bro. Crazy. You didn't feel that up in Boston?
No, I was not on the line.
Wow.
My family felt it. I asked my family if they were okay. Everyone was like, yo, we were just chilling in the house. And then next thing you know, house starts shaking.
Bro, I was, in my morning routine. It was right before the team meeting. Just get my oatmeal on, doing a little bird watching. I do a little bird watching out of my kitchen window nowadays. Bro.
Oh, okay. What birds are you looking at? I'm just curious.
Oh, I caught some good ones, man. I'm going to send you some pictures, man. I caught a card, I'm straight baseball mode. I literally, in each day that I've gone, I caught a Blue Jay, a Cardinal, and an Oriole. I kid you not. I swear to you. But nice ones, though. Really nice ones. And they fly over my neighbor's tree, so I'm always out there watching, taking pictures and whatnot. But anyway. So, yeah, I'm just chilling. And then I just feel the whole house start rattling. Now, I got a little, not little, but my dryer is a little rickety right now. I got to get it fixed. I'm waiting for the warranty to kick in. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's the dryer just rumbling a little bit. But then I'm like, bro, you're not even doing laundry. What are you talking about? Yo, literally, as the house is moving, and it was pretty quick, all these thoughts are going through my head. So I'm like, all right, is it the dryer? No, it's not the dryer. All right, maybe it's a big semi-truck rolling down the block. Look out the window. There's nothing going on. I said, oh, shit, maybe it's a sinkhole in the backyard. I was like, if that's the case, I got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go down under. Knicks still owe me a championship. I'm not ready to go out of here. You know what I'm saying? So then I finally come to the conclusion that it's an earthquake, and then I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Weren't you out in Vegas where they had the earthquake in the MAC?
At the Zion game, I didn't feel that one, though. Everybody in the arena did, and I didn't. I was actually moving seats to go meet up with CK and Terry and Trey and them, and I was the only one that didn't feel the earthquake out of our whole group.
Wait a minute. An entire Jumbotron was shaking.
Yeah, the
and you did not feel that.
Speakers and everything. Speakers and everything. I didn't feel it in Vegas during the Zion one. I did not feel it.
You make no sense to me. So you can't feel
it's-
that one. But you're here thinking
Crazy.
that your dryer is now shaking the house, and you're like, oh wait.
I said, yo, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man. Where was everybody else in the chat, man? What'd you guys think about the earthquake today, man? What'd you say, Al?
Hopefully everyone's okay on your side of the family from nothing got hurt or no one got hurt and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy, man.
Well, at least I see all the photos behind you are still intact. So
yeah, everything was good. Everything was good. And then I'm taking my old man nap today, and I feel the aftershocks wake me up 5 minutes early before I'm supposed to get up. I'm supposed to get up and go to the gym. The aftershocks wake me up. Crazy, bro. I was waiting for it, though. I felt like the aftershocks were going to come through either today or tomorrow. Felt the aftershocks, too, man.
You are ever evolving before our very eyes, CP. We knew the old man naps were happening.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me you're bird watching.
Yeah. I've become very in tune with Mother Nature, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. It's nice, man. It's nice. They come right up eye level at the window, man. So I'm like, yo, that's hard.
I know you go hiking. I know you like to do all that stuff, too.
The ladies got me into hiking and stuff,
There you go.
Mother Nature, man. You gotta appreciate it, man.
For sure.
Gotta appreciate the creations around you. But
you got a little book now to check to see what type of birds you got out there.
No.
You get a hummingbird feeder.
I haven't gotten
there. I haven't gotten hummingbirds.
I have not gotten there, man. But even like
have
the
you
Blue
made
Jays,
the concoction?
man. Even like the Blue Jays, like you see the back of the Blue Jays, like they're very detailed. They are very detailed, man.
See, I have to know. Are you about to get a bird feeder?
No, absolutely not.
Oh my God! See, that's the next level of really bird watching.
Yeah, I don't want that. I just like the random, like, oh wow, like look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you're not gonna buy the sunflower seeds for them? Just get what?
Nah.
CP, that's next. Okay, I'll talk to you in 2 years. Maybe you'll start doing that. You'll have the book.
Not trying to have a bunch of pigeons
put on your spectacles,
flock into my house. Like, no, this is not the zoo. All right, that and what they bring with it. No, I already had it. I already had a problem with that. And the show's going off the rails. It's Friday night. It is what it is. Knicks Law for Soft One. I already had a problem with that. We got birds at my neighbor's house who hang out every spring and summertime on the power lines in between my house and neighbor's house, but their flight path is over my driveway. So what do they do after they go eat and fly back and forth? You figure it out. I had that problem 2 years in a row, man. Homeowner problems, man.
Well, that's why, CP, you get the bird feeder. That way you attack your neighbor first. That's why you got to do all these things. See, this is the issue, CP. They're eating over there and then, defecating on your property. They got to eat on your property and defecate on their property.
I like how you think. I like how you think, man. I like how you think. I got to fight fire with fire this summer.
There you go.
Sunflower seeds it is, bro. Good call.
Just make sure it's not by a tree where a squirrel can go get it. That's
true. That is true, man. What else we got going on here? Did UConn win? UConn beat Iowa? 2 points. Caitlin Clark's Cinderella season is over. How much did Paige drop tonight?
Wait, Iowa won.
Oh, I'm wilding. They didn't win by 2. I need another drink. They won by 2. Caitlin Clark going to the championship game.
Her Cinderella season's still on.
Their Cinderella season is still on. No count them out. Against number 1 South Carolina. So you got number 1 Iowa, number 1 South Carolina. There you go. Okay, I've been into that too, man. The women's Final Four. I started watching last week. Yeah, I started watching last week. Caitlin Clark, nice, definitely nice. Definitely nice. Great.
She's filthy.
She's disgusting. I don't know what's better, her shooting or her passing ability, her passing vision. She's incredible. I loved Paige Buchers. I think she's a bucket. And I like that, she was able to rebound because she did tear her knee up at UConn a couple years ago. It was nice that she came back. Bro, did you see Juju Watkins? Did you see it in that game against UConn?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get a chance.
No, you got to watch. You got to watch Juju Watkins, bro. The first time I watched it was against UConn in that Final Four. Within 5 seconds, I said, this looks like the female version of Carmelo Anthony.
What?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, Juju Watkins has the best handles in college basketball. Her gathers like Melo. Her dribble package is like Melo. Her arsenal is like Melo. And she's a freshman.
What?
Yo, Juju's nice. Even Dame said it that night on Twitter. She's like, yo, this is the Syracuse version of Carmelo Anthony. The USC version of Syracuse Melo.
You know what she's got to do now, right?
What?
She's got to go play for the Liberty.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would watch. I mean, her handles are insane, bro. It's like watching a dude. I've never seen ball control and handles by a female basketball player that advanced and skillful probably ever. And I just watched one game.
I got to go check it out now.
Yeah. I just watched one game. I've never seen it before.
Juju.
Yeah. She's got crazy games. So she's got a lot of potential. And, really, really good games, man, them Final Four games. So, I'm going to watch that the South Carolina-Iowa game. I guess that will be on Monday, because they play tonight. And the men's game will be on Tuesday. So I haven't really been even tapped in on the men's Final Four.
I've been
watching
so
the women's joint. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
First time. I wasn't really that interested in March Madness this year.
You know why? Because there isn't – I think for us, since we cover the league, we always – at this time, CP, we always hear who's the number one prospect coming out of whatever college or even whatever international team, and there is no consensus on who that number one person is going to be this year.
Yeah.
And we have that constant, I guess I don't even know what to call it, but everyone's just saying that since there's no number one option this year, this is one of the worst years for the NBA draft as looking for star talent.
Yeah.
But this is a good year for looking for role players. So if you want to stock up on role players, this is the year to do it. So I think that also impacts March Madness as well, because look, I think about the times we got to watch Lonzo Ball. You talk about anybody else in college that you want to go see how they were playing. Kentucky, you think about who they've had over the years, whether it was with Cat, and everybody else on that team. You always want to check in to see who's doing well. Duke, you want to see what Zion, Cam, and RJ were doing. There's nothing like that really this year where that guy's going to be number one. Let's see how he plays in a high playoff type atmosphere.
Yeah,
it's just not that.
True. Hasn't really been that, but we'll see what role players emerge. Who's going to be this year's Jalen Williams, right? Who's been one of the better players in the draft in this past class? I was just thinking about it when I thought about this draft. Look it up right now, man. I was just thinking about this player. A good role player from last year's draft. Who was I looking at? Kason Wallace. Not really Kason Wallace. Who am I looking at? I'm looking through the draft right now. Keontae George. Jaime Jaquez.
Oh, Jaime Jaquez.
Jaquez. 18. Jalen Williams was around that same point.
Pods is another good one.
Pods. Right?
Yeah.
Those are guys making instant impact right now. Everybody else not really in this class. Lively, I guess, but he's been injured.
Anthony Black has been solid for the Magic.
He's been solid, yep. Thompson brothers, one's in at the wall, so who knows? But has shown some good ability across the stat sheet for sure. Scoot's been a disaster. Going to be a tough
Keontae George, he's been solid.
Keontae George has been solid.
Cam Whitmore.
Cam's been good. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Knicks going into this draft right now
with two.
And right now, as of today, it'll be around 19 and say 24, 25. See what they come up with.
Do the Knicks get Bronny?
Oh, God.
Do we get LeBron James?
Stay away from the circus, man. Stay away from the circus. I don't care about it that we're a tandem, we're a two-man show. All right, yeah. Let me get a kid who's going to be overhyped and overrated, and his 40-year-old father to come and destroy my team and take over, suck all the oxygen out of the room. Whichever NBA team makes that bet, good luck. Maybe it's Detroit, right? Maybe the Pistons are the only team that's so desperate to do that. Because who's going to do that? Who's turning their team over to the James family based on these circumstances?
Hawks?
The Hawks, Landry Fields will be out of a job, man.
He might as well. He's almost out of a job right now.
He's a Stanford guy. I would hope he's smarter than that. You know, which NBA team is going to take the gamble on Bronny? Because the announcement today was that Bronny, he's checked all the boxes, right? He's entering into the draft. He's entered into the transfer portal, and what was the other thing? He did like 3 things, like just in case this don't work out.
Yeah, just in case he doesn't go in the first round, essentially.
Yeah, he's covering all his bases, and rightfully so. I feel bad for the kid, honestly, man. I feel bad for him. The pressure.
He's a name. He's a name at this point.
Lose.
Unfortunately, he's LeBron James' son, and he's been in the media for such a long time, and you know, you don't want to see it, but hopefully he could turn out to be a solid player in the league, man. Hopefully. But,
yeah, go ahead. Finish.
No, go ahead. What team?
I like this guy. There's only one. Zachary Starchuk got it. Back to Cleveland for the 3-peat. I'm coming home. You know why? Because Spider's coming home to New York. Go back to Dan Gilbert. Finish the job. Go get you another ring. Cleveland, we did it for you. Me and my son, we back. We're back home to Akron, the school and all of that. The perfect backdrop. Zachary got it in the chat. Back to Cleveland. They need a wing, right? They need a wing.
Lord.
They need a winner. They're too soft, right? Once Spider torches the bridge, they got to figure out something to sell tickets in that dump. Who's going to eat the pizza out there? We got to bring the king home. More
Who
plays,
doesn't
pizza
want the
chains.
ticket of Darius Garland,
Right.
Bronny, LeBron James Jr., Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley?
Perfect.
Next year, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, all traded.
That's the one. It's Cleveland.
You know who? Can you imagine? Hold it. If we're imagine if the Brooklyn Nets actually got involved in this thing.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez. That team is a dump.
Can you imagine? It would probably be like the Eli Manning, like, I am not going to the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing
this. No, I am not doing this.
And Bronny decided to go back to college after the Brooklyn Nets selected him.
And then into the transfer portal, far, far away from Brooklyn.
And then you have Evan Roberts be like, why not us?
Oh, man. Kenneth Sinclair, do you really think Spider's coming here? Yes, sir, I do. Yep. I do. Yeah, I do. And now all the insiders are coming out, he's not going to stay in Cleveland. We've only been telling you for, like, the last 2 years.
I'm just thinking of more teams that could potentially get in on the Bronny suit. How about the Charlotte Hornets?
And then maybe Steve Clifford comes back to coach again for the third time. Maybe the third time is a charm for Steve Clifford.
Or maybe you get the Ball family and the LeBron family, united this time on one front.
One front. Charlotte.
LeVar there be like, hey, we could have had something when, Lonzo was out in L.A., but now let's try this over again with LaMelo.
That's all I can really see. I mean, Atlanta, okay. I mean, or is this a situation where it's just like, they stonewall the entire league so that the Lakers can get him?
That would not shock me whatsoever.
And signs as an undrafted free agent. That would be such a Laker thing to do. You know what I mean? Rich Paul is already faxing it in. Do not draft this kid. He's only averaging 4 points for USC anyway. He's not going to help you. Come to the Lakers.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Lakers of Cleveland. We got it. That is it. We cracked the case. Shout out to Cool Vids, man, and $20 super chat. Says, I'm concerned that bad coaching habits are costing us these close winnable games. I know we didn't have Josh Hart, but losing 4 to 5 close ones in crunch time is an alarming trend that will not cut it in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I can't really put this on Tibbs, honestly, man. I think you look at the rebounding battle, the play of AU and Green. I just thought it was a Bulls night tonight.
There's no way you can put this on Tibbs.
Can't put it on Tibbs.
This is not a game you can put on Tibbs. This isn't coming down to execution, coaching wise. This is coming down to a team had a hot night in the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
And the Knicks had a slow start and then had to play catch up.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that we're talking about, like the stats, again, when it comes to rebounding, that's hustle play. That's not something a coach can design, right? We're not talking about the offense was so discombobulated where we saw out of bounds plays or after timeout plays where they just couldn't get off a shot. This team was getting out hustled for most of this game.
Yeah, it's not a Tibbs. It's not a Tibbs thing, man. But when the team loses, people want to blame the coach. It's just natural. Naturally happens that way. When the team loses, the same guys that brought you to the dance against the Kings and won you the game. Same guys you played last night. You just added OG.
And lost Hart.
And you lost Hart. Happens. It happens, man.
This team had no heart, CP.
Not tonight. Got her ripped out. Drummond killed him. AO killed him. And Green killed him. So, yeah, Big Nick energy. This is the NBA. Teams take advantage of the rest advantage. Bulls are rested as well. A lot of things on the Bulls side. It just is what it is.
At least we get to play them 2 more times.
Yeah, you play them 2 more times. Go out there and win. Go out there and win. Shout out to Del Will. Salute to our Fanchise channel members. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. Anthony Parasol says, "Nah, I never seen a coach get crushed like Tibbs." But how did Tibbs get crushed tonight? I'm not understanding that. What were the adjustments you were looking for from Tibbs tonight to help this team win? Your starters got outscored. They got out rebounded. Not sure. What are you looking for here?
I don't know what offensively the Knicks could have done tonight. I mean, you're just looking at this. Dante DiVincenzo shot 4-12 tonight. Brunson was your only guy offensively who was able to put up volume.
Yeah.
Hartenstein wasn't really giving you much tonight. McBride, it took him to the third quarter to get activated.
Yeah.
Bogey was on the downturn. And then OG, it took some time for him to get into rhythm. But outside of those guys, this is where, if the Knicks are going to have, some sort of even scoring, you're going to need Dante DiVincenzo or another night like you had from Josh Hart yesterday. And you didn't get that.
Those are your guys.
I don't – this is where you need Julius.
Yeah.
To be that second guy who can score.
Yeah. That's it. But, when you don't have a star, when you're down a star, you're going to have nights like this. Role players are role players for a reason. They were consistent. They be stars. This is what it is. It just is what it is, man. All right, let's see what else we got around the beat. If not, we could put this thing to bed. Just now we got, All right, let's take a look. Do we have any post-game sound bites around? Anything around? Let's see. See what these guys got. So to everybody in the chat, that thumbs up button for you boys, man. Welcome back, OG. Ken Sinclair says, why wasn't Mitch out there? Randall would have been crazy in the Bulls. Yeah, Hart got ejected for nothing, absolutely. 10 a.m. preview, game of the week. We're talking.
Yeah, I'm seeing people are very upset about that.
Yeah. I mean, you could just jump in on the replay gang, man. Whatever, man. And jump in on the replay gang, man. All right.
You know,
yeah.
I can't do much, man. I just can't do with my schedule tomorrow. It just has to be a 10.
You do what you do, man, and people will catch on. Replay gang, live, whatever it is, man. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Salute, 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 man. Great show tonight, Al. Yeah, Mitch is still on the minutes restriction, man. You know, he's still on the minutes restriction. You know? Can't get mad at iHeart. iHeart gave it, got you to win last night. That's your starting 5 right now. That's your starter. So where are you going to? You know? What happened?
Nah, TM just put a pin in the chat. He said, make sure to set your alarm clocks for the 10 a.m. game preview.
Yeah. 10 a.m. game preview. We'll
Guys, if you go to bed right now, you'll get your 8 hours that you need.
Yeah.
All right?
There you go. There you go, man. Who's the guest? Who's the guest again?
I used to be a colleague of mine over at Hoops Habit.
Okay.
His name is Dalton Sell. He covers the Milwaukee Bucks for the fan-sided Bucks network Behind the Bucks. That's the name of the website.
Copy.
So he's coming on tomorrow to help preview this game. Knows everything, knows all the nooks and crannies about the Milwaukee Bucks. So we got him on for tomorrow.
There you go, man. And then you can break down the key matchup to watch. Giannis. No. Dame versus Bojan Bogdanovic in the starting lineup.
Yeah, that's who you think. No, CP.
Yeah.
No. That is not the key matchup of tomorrow's game. You really want to know who the key matchup of tomorrow's game is? Here's the key matchup. It is none other. This is the key matchup. It is none other than Pat Connaughton going against Alec Burks.
There you go. There you go. 8-minute Burks. I mean, I never see people crying so much about a guy getting 8 minutes. He's not in the rotation, people. Wake up. Hello. Watch the game. He's not in the rotation.
I will say this, though, CP.
Yeah.
This will be my first time doing a Game of the Week preview where I am interviewing another player covering this. We've done this. The Bucks have now, twice before? You had Novak on.
We had Novak.
I had my
this
guy
is the
Rohan
third time.
on.
Third one.
Yeah, this is the third one, but obviously there's some big implications in this. That's why we're covering this game.
Yeah.
But this is the first time, CP, where when I ask about the coach, it is not the same guy that started the season. It is not Adrian Griffin. It is Doc Rivers.
True.
This is the first time, so this will be very interesting.
True. Yeah, good point. Good point, man. All right, man. Great show, man. We'll get some rest, get ready for the preview, and we'll holler at you tomorrow, man. Knicks fall 108-100 to the Bulls, man. CP the Fanchise, Alex Trataros. We are out of here. Have a great night. See you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.
Back to bird watching.
We out of here. Peace.